Hi, I'm Marilyn San Clemente of Stamp with Marilyn, and welcome to my creative playground. Today I'm going to show you this new set. It's called Inspiring Imperfections. It's also, the name of the paper is Kintsugi Inspirations. And what Kintsugi is, if you've seen the Asian vases that have like lots of cracks and things in those, Kintsugi is the method that they use to create that look with the cracks. So you're using gold to fill in the cracks. And what's really cool about this set is it has some of these lines. Let me open this up. You can see it better. So it has a couple of these lines. And I actually made a card, which I'll show you in a minute, using those lines. So this is the set. This is my cheat sheet that I use. It has a large vase and a smaller cup with it. There's a pretty flower. To me, that looks like a peony. And then there's different messages, and then there's the lines so that you can do the cracks and things. So let me show you this paper. I have been using it, so it's partially cut. But so this is a good representation of what Kintsugi looks like, because it's all different pieces and different patterns put together using that gold thread between. And that's a cloud cover, so it's got a cloud cover background. This one is beautiful. I think that's my favorite sheet. And this is Misty Moonlight Blue, so it's a darker blue. And it's got that floral design, that gold embossed floral design, and then a petal pink design on the back. This one's pretty. This is the Misty Moonlight with the Kintsugi pattern. I love that. And that also has a petal pink design on the back. This is a sheet, and you can see where I've cut it, and you can use this sheet and use the dies, and you can cut out these flowers, so the peony, and then you can cut out all these vases. So at the beginning I cut this kind of in half. I didn't want to cut directly down the center because I'd cut through. So I cut this in half and then cut out a bunch of the designs, which I've been using. So here's a piece of white with that whole Kintsugi design to it. And the back side of this is the Night of Navy. And I didn't flip this one over. Cloud cover, cloud cover. Wah! Okay, there we go. This one is the cloud cover. So this one is Misty Moonlight with a swirl pattern. And then this one's pretty. This is a basic beige, and it has that gold thread embossed throughout for the Kintsugi design. And the back side of this is also Misty Moonlight. So, okay, so some of the things that you can do with this set. I think these are pretty. So these are the pieces. This is kind of an outline of flowers that you can cut out, and I've cut it out a couple of different ways. I've cut it out with the gold, but then I've also used petal pink as well. Here's the flowers that are part of that paper. Okay, and let me show you a couple of cards that I made with this. And there they are. Okay, so this set also has an embossing folder. Isn't that cool? It's got all these different designs in it, and it's got that Kintsugi pattern here. So it's got some embossed floral designs. Here's another flower design and a third flower design, and then a background. And then the Kintsugi pattern. And here's the back side of it, as you can see. So that's the embossing folder. And then I've done this a few different ways. So I used, for this one, I used a piece of basic white. I embossed this background on a piece of Very Vanilla. And then I took a piece of gold, I think that's 3x4, and added a piece of white to the front. But then what I did was I stamped this image and this image. This one is on the petal pink, and this one I stamped on white, and then I colored it with Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And I used that blends markers to color in these flowers. I stamped those flowers and colored those in as well. And I really like the way that card came out. I just think that that's so pretty. And I did put a flower on the inside. And I love this expression, you inspire me. So there's a couple of different expressions with this. You inspire me. There's beauty in your history. Thanks for helping me through this difficult time. And then I'm here for you, and I know you'll get through this and be stronger for it. So again, I stamped this with Versamark and embossed it with the gold embossing powder, and then colored that, cut it and out and colored that. Okay. This is one that I used using the basic beige. And what I did was I mixed up the backgrounds on the papers a little bit. So I used that broad pattern, the multi-pattern Kintsugi, and then I used the Misty Moonlight one on top of that. Let me move this, that might help. And I used the basic beige vase and cup, and then I put these little flowers, and here's some flowers that I cut using the petal pink. But so when I cut these flowers out, I used both petal pink and the gold. And the inside, I put the flower, and I didn't put a message on that. Huh, okay, that must be, I think that's the only one I didn't put a message on. Okay, and then this one is a fun fold that I did, and I liked mixing up the patterns a little bit. So I used that cloud cover, that back side here. I used the two vases, or the vase and the cup, the teacup, and again I put the flowers in, and I just made this kind of flap here. And then on the inside, I used a piece of that multi-variant background, and I colored in this with blends markers. I added this paper and then added another flower here, and actually it looks like I got a little bit of ink on that particular flower. So, but I like this. There is beauty in your history, and I just thought that's really pretty. And then this is the last one that I did, and this is the one that I spent a lot of time on. So I took a piece of basic beige, and I stamped the Kintsugi lines randomly on this background piece. I probably should not have put this together until I showed you what I did. And then I stamped it with Versamark ink and embossed it with gold and made up my own background. So you can also do that. And there's a lot that you can do with this set, since it gives you the lines, and there are so many cool things. I also was thinking there was a set that we had that had some vases in it that retired last year, and it might be really nice to pull some of those vases in as well. So, so these are 4 cards that I made with this set. I hope that inspires you today. It is a really neat set to play with, and there is a lot that you can do with it. So I am on vacation until the end of June, so I am recording these videos so that I can post them, and you have some things to watch while I'm gone. If you're not on my mailing list, go out to stampwithmarilyn.com, and you can sign up for my mailing list. I send out a newsletter each week, and I have different specials and things as well. So thanks for stopping by and checking out my cards. Here's my Kintsugi cards. Excuse me. My Kintsugi cards, and there we go. Take care.